19th, 1865, now known as Juneteenth, was the official emancipation of the last enslaved people in the United States. Now, Lincoln signed the Emancipation Proclamation in 1862, and Congress passed it as the 13th Amendment in 1863, nullifying the existence of slavery. But it still took 2 years for the news to reach Texas, one of the very last Confederate states to be liberated by the Union and the last state with slaves. But why did it take so long for the news to spread? Well, first off, we were still in the middle of a bloody civil war in 1862, and it's speculated that Union messengers were killed before they delivered the message of freedom to Texas. But besides, most slave owners in Texas just didn't tell their slaves about their new freedom. So, what happened? On June 19, 1865, Union soldiers led by General Gordon Granger arrived in Galveston, Texas, and made it clear to the owners and their slaves that they were now free under the glorious 13th Amendment. On the first annual celebration of Juneteenth, freed black men and women were forbade from celebrating publicly, so they moved their parties down to the rivers and lakes. To combat the laws that made them wear rags for clothing, they dressed up in their fanciest suits and dresses to partake in barbecue, religious sermons, music, and of course, a reading of the Emancipation Proclamation. Every year, African Americans would reunite on June 19th to remember their day of freedom and to also share in the social progress they'd made since then. Many of these traditions still carry on today throughout the U.S. Texas was the first state to acknowledge it as an official holiday in 1980, and 46 states have followed suit since then. Juneteenth has just recently been recognized as a federal holiday due to years of social campaigns and activism. Juneteenth is a day signifying a step towards equality, and it reminds us that we must keep striving forward towards the aspiration of justice.